Excellent, and thank all of you for joining us tonight. We are going to go through what I have termed how to effectively onboard a brand new associate, and we're going to cover in a fun and entertaining way the ability that you have through the MonyWize opportunity and the tools that we provide to go out there and bring a brand new person on board, and the focus is to help them to succeed. The goal, if you're taking notes, the first thing that I want you to write down is your first goal when you bring a brand new person on is to get them profitable, to get them into profit within their first 30, 60, 90 days. If you can make that your goal and your focus at all times, get your brand new associate profitable, number one, they'll never go anywhere. And number two, you will be taken care of because of the compensation plan. This is not get rich quick. It is designed to provide a foundation and a long-term residual income, but the goal is not to be looking at your paycheck. That's the mistake that a lot of networkers do, and it's why they're always looking for a new opportunity every 2 to 3 years, or why they run out of representatives. The goal is to make sure that your brand new person becomes profitable, and then they never go anywhere. Now, very quickly, the 4 core principles. The first 2 are hand in hand. Commit to at least 4 months. So, again, let's just start off with Kenny Vincent. Kenny, I'm going to role play this with you real fast because we're going to assume that you've already said yes to the opportunity. I've already brought you on board. So we're going to jump right into, Ken, do you remember the 4 core principles that we talked about?
No, actually, John, I don't recall the 4 principles.
No problem. I'm going to go through them with you right now because I want to make sure that you and I are on the same page. I never in any way, shape, or form want you to feel pressured, and I never want you to feel that you're being obligated or committed to do something that makes you feel uncomfortable. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, so I'm going to hit you with the first question. The first question is important. Just be as honest as possible. Now that you're on board, and to keep me from ever pressuring you or making you feel uncomfortable, do you want to be successful and make a lot of money with your new business?
Yes, I do.
Are you 100% sure?
I'm 100% sure.
Fantastic. And the reason why I just did that is I wanted Kenny to tell me. I don't want to assume anything. I want Kenny to tell me that he's serious so that I can now basically have his express permission to tell him what he needs to do. The mistake that a lot of people make is they fail to have that conversation at the very beginning. And if you fail to have that conversation, then you have no opportunity and you have no right to tell anybody what to do. So Kenny just gave me that permission. So here's the deal, Ken. What I'm going to ask you to do for me is commit the next 4 months to your new business. And the reason I'm asking you for 4 months is we both know that this is going to be a learning process. And if you go in with the attitude of let's see what happens or let's see how it works out, then you don't have the stick-to-itiveness that you're going to need, because there's going to come a handful of times that you're going to make a mistake, that you're going to stumble, that you're going to get frustrated, and I want to remove from your options the choice to just quit and give up. So will you commit to me the next 4 months in your business?
Absolutely. It has to be 4 months, John?
It has to be 4 months because I want to give you the opportunity to max out the 4-month rank advancement bonuses. Now, here's the good news. After 4 months, you can do whatever you want, because core principle number 2 is not just that I don't want you to quit. I want you to commit that if there was a proven system that was documented to work, I want you to commit to it versus doing what you want. And I'm going to give you a perfect example, Kenny. If you were going to try to land an airplane, if you wanted to get your pilot's license and learn how to fly, does it make sense that you have to go through pilot training to do that effectively?
Yeah, absolutely. Makes sense to me.
I mean, if you were a heart surgeon and everybody knew you were a tremendous, blessed, and gifted doctor, does that automatically mean you know how to fly and land an airplane?
Probably not.
Exactly. In fact, if I was on the plane, I wouldn't let you anywhere near the controls if you hadn't gotten trained. So when it comes to the network marketing home-based business arena, we all have to put our egos in our pocket, and we all have to agree that if we want to be successful, and you just told me that you did, then we have to agree that we're going to follow a system. And here's my promise to you. If after 4 months you're not making money and having fun, you are welcome to do anything else you want with my full blessing. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Okay. Now, my goal is to have you in profit within your first 30, 60, 90 days. Now, how are we going to do that? This is the third core principle. Here's what we're going to do in your first 30 days, Kenny. We're going to commit to acquiring a minimum of 3 retail customers, and we're going to commit to enrolling a minimum of 5 personally enrolled business associates within your first 30 days. Now, I'm going to help you do that. I'm going to go through the training with you right now, but the bottom line is your goal in 30 days is a minimum of 3 retail customers and a minimum of 5 business partners as your 30-day blueprint. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
And the fourth core principle is that between you and I together, we have to commit. So I need you to commit that with my help, you and I will help each of those 5 personally enrolled associates to get their first 3 retail customers. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right.
I think I can do that.
What's that, bud?
I think I can do that, John. That sounds doable.
I promise you, if you work with me and you give me the chance, I will make sure that you can do that. Because here's what your organization is going to look like at the end of 30 days. You're going to have a minimum of 3 retail customers, which means you'll have earned $30. You'll have a minimum of 5 associates, each with their 3 retail customers, which means you will at this point have developed $105 and a $25 a month residual. So I'm not asking you about get rich quick, but it costs you $50, $49.99 to get started. And in that first 30 days, we've turned that $49.99, we'll call it $50, into $105. So can we agree that's a profitable first 30 days?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
And your next month, it's $29.99. We'll call that $30. We have already built a residual of $25. So can we say that that's a successful first 30 days?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I would have made my money back plus some.
Absolutely. Doubled your money and almost covered your residual in your first 30 days. And this is what your group's going to look like, Ken. You're going to be, at this point, be sitting with 5 teams with a minimum of 4 accounts in each of those 5 teams. So can we agree that that's reasonable? That is a manageable amount of work, nothing crazy?
That doesn't sound crazy to me at all. That's very, very possible.
Okay, good. Now, again, you said you were serious about making money, right? I'm not putting words in your mouth. You're committed to this.
I want to make money, John. I need money.
Then here's what we're going to do. We're going to take each of those 5 teams, and we're going to duplicate your efforts. We're going to duplicate what you just did. So that game plan that you and I worked on together, we're going to do that with each of those 5 teams so that at the end of your second month, at the end of 60 days, you will have 5 teams with a minimum of 24 accounts each. Now, remember I said a number of times, don't let the minimum become the maximum?
Yeah, I do recall you saying that.
Here's what I want you to understand is at stake right now. You have 5 teams. Each team has a minimum of 24 accounts, which means you've already earned another $500. So here you are in your second month, and you've earned another $500. But if 3 of those teams have 1 extra customer, just 1 extra customer, or 1 extra associate, either one, you now have earned an additional $500, which means in 60 days you would have earned $1,000 in your brand new business up against 50 plus 30. Does that sound like a pretty fair, we'll just call it profit on your new business?
Man, that sounds more fair. I'm actually getting a little excited about that. This is
now,
outstanding stuff.
We're not asking anybody to do anything crazy. It's the same work that you commit to. We just duplicated it to each of those 5 teams, right?
Correct.
Now, I'm going to ask you for 1 more month worth of effort. Remember, I asked you for 4 months. We're only in the 3rd month, so I still have 2 months left. But in this 3rd month, I'm going to ask you to give me your very best effort. I'm going to continue to work with you because now each of your 5 teams each of them has 5 brand new associates. So that's a total of 25 people that you and I are going to work with together over these next 30 days just to duplicate the same blueprint that you agreed made sense. And we're going to do this together. We're going to maximize our efforts. We're going to take advantage of the tools. But here's what's going to happen. In your 90 days, we're going to end up with 5 teams, each team with over 100 accounts. It'll actually have a minimum of 124 accounts, which means you will have earned in your 3rd month an additional $1,500 bonus. So now you're up to $2,500 in 90 days, and you've already qualified. You're not going to get paid yet, but you've already qualified for your 4-month bonus of $3,000. So can we agree that if you were to total that up, $5,550 in your first 4 months is a pretty healthy profit margin versus your expense, which was $50 plus 30 plus 30 plus 30?
Yeah, that's pretty good. That's really good, John.
Because I'm not here to blow sunshine up your skirt. It's $140 that you spent building and developing your business, and your business, based on this blueprint, hypothetically has paid you $5,550. But more importantly, Kenny, if you were to total up, look at those 5 teams of 124 accounts. That's over 600 accounts between retail customers and associates at 50 cents, which is the minimum payment. At 50 cents, that means you have over a $300 residual income. How are you doing if your cost of doing business is $29.99 and your income is already over $300 a month?
Wow. So, John, you put this plan together.
Put it together on purpose to make sure that every single person that needs to make money sees an opportunity and sees the value. Again, it is not designed to be get rich quick. I will not promote it that way. I don't want you to promote it that way. But can we agree that over the next 90 to 120 days, if we could help somebody to make a couple $1,000s, but more importantly, give them an opportunity where their $30 a month that they're spending in their business is completely offset by a $300 or more residual income, then we've left them in a pretty good place?
We left them in a great place.
Well, my friend, do I have your full commitment for the 4 core principles now for the next 90 to 120 days to make this happen?
Yeah, now I can see why you want those 4 months, John. Yeah, I'm all in.
Excellent. Kenny, thanks for role-playing that with me. That's our goal for the 4 core principles. And obviously, your role-playing, I know you know what they are, and I know that you're a big supporter of them, so I thank you very much, my friend.
Not a problem. Glad I could help, John. Glad to be a part of it.
Absolutely. Now we're going to switch gears, and I'm going to go over to the big man himself. Mr. Jerry Montgomery, are you available?
Yes, I am.
I know that you have been, one of the biggest supporters and proponents of the responsible sponsor conversation over the years, so I'm going to have you role play this with me if you don't mind.
Sure.
Now, you guys heard me mention this earlier when talking with Kenny, but I want to go ahead and drive this home because it's its own document. It's called the Responsible Sponsor Conversation. And as you can see, if you're watching, I'm going to read it, but if you're watching, you can see it on here. It says, when you enroll a brand new representative in your business, the very first thing that you want to do is have the responsible sponsor conversation with them, because this will help you to determine their level, not yours, but their level of commitment to their new business and your level of commitment to them. Again, there's no wrong answer to this question. It's simply designed to allow you to know where your brand new business partner stands and the ability to get them back on track when, not if, but when they veer off, because everyone will. It is better for everyone involved to catch this as early as possible for 3 different reasons. Now, obviously, Jerry, as a leader, how many times have you seen people chasing after their contacts and pressuring them to do the business?
Many times. In fact, thousands of times, hundreds of thousands of times.
How many times have you had people say, when do I stop chasing them, or when do I stop bothering them? Because the bottom line is they're trying to figure out, should they or should they not continue to pursue these people?
That comes up quite often with new representatives that have been in the industry for a long time.
And then the last one, obviously, people want to know, how much should I pressure them? How long should I commit to them? It's one of the challenges that we as sponsors and leaders have that goes unanswered without having this conversation. A few of you are saying the screen is blank. Can anyone out there see the screen?
No.
Huh. Let's go ahead and try that again. That's not a good thing. Is it back up now?
No.
No.
Wow. I wonder if I've lost
it's a gray screen at the moment.
That's not good on any level. So nobody can see the screen. Thank you for letting me know. I have screen is being shared. So nobody can see the screen. That means we're going to be redoing this.
Yeah, it's still blank.
Again. All right, then you know what? I'm just going to roll through this since we're recording it, but we're going to go ahead and do this again. What's that, bud?
Could you close PowerPoint and go back into PowerPoint? Maybe that's the issue.
Can you all see the PowerPoint?
See it now. We can see it now.
Okay, watch this.
We can see it now. 90 days.
And now we can't.
Back.
So you saw the PowerPoint, but you can't see the Word document.
No.
Right. It's a gray screen.
All right. Well, let's just figure this out.
Mm-hmm.
How about now?
I see a blue screen of your desktop.
Mm-hmm.
I see your mouse going down to Word. Again, we're seeing a blue screen. Now we see your Word document. Responsible sponsor conversation.
Look at that. Don't let anybody fool you into thinking John Costino knows technology. John Costino knows network marketing and needs lots of help in every other area. All right, let's go ahead and confirm. Can you all see the screen now?
Yes.
I see the screen.
Excellent. Well, I'm going to assume that if you two can see it, it looks like everybody else can as well. Fantastic. Well, the people watching this will know that this was absolutely not scripted, so thank you very much for letting me know. All right, well, we're going to get right back to the responsible sponsor conversation because, as I said with Jerry, we've all seen this far too many times where a leader or a brand new representative, either or, is running around and, unfortunately, chasing after people. So by having this conversation, we are going to avoid 100%. We're going to avoid the need to stalk your friends and family and, more importantly, to feel like you're bothering them or pressuring them. Because here's the bottom line. When they do go off track, you're going to have the ability to remind them of this conversation and be able to determine if they've changed their commitment, their goals, or their intentions so that you're not going to waste your time with somebody who's not serious about their business, or more importantly, have your time taken away from someone who is serious about the business. So I'm going to role play it with you right now, Jerry. We just obviously had the dialogue, but we're going to have it again right now because I really want people to understand the importance of this. So again, Jerry, I am excited. I want you to know I welcome you to our team. I'm excited to have you as my business partner. But before we go any further, I need to ask you this question, and I don't want you to worry. There's no wrong answer, but your answer is going to help me to determine which path we're going to take. So as honestly as you could possibly answer this, I need to ask, are you serious about succeeding with this business, and do you want to make a lot of money?
I'm very serious about succeeding with this business, and I definitely want to make a lot of money.
Are you 100% sure?
I am 100% sure.
Fantastic. And guys, the reason why I asked it the second time, are you sure, is down the road, and I mean this clearly, down the road, I may have to remind him, not that I asked the question, but that I asked it and then I confirmed it to make sure that you were ready. And here's the bottom line. He said yes, so I'm going to say to him, great, because I'm committed to my business, Jerry, and I'm looking for 5 committed people to be my board of directors. And I'm going to work hard with those board of directors and run to the top of the company with them. So if you're really sure that you're one of those serious people and you want to be successful, I want you to know that I'm 100% committed to you, committed to your business, and helping you reach your goals. And I'm going to lead you in the right direction. I'm going to make sure that you receive the very best information and keep you on track whenever you veer off. Fair enough?
That's very fair.
I'm going to make sure that you're doing the things that you need to do versus the things that you want to do. And this is an important thing for us to address right now, because there's going to come a time when you're going to need to do something that you don't really want to do. And it's important. I never want you to feel pressured. I never want to chase after you. I never want you to feel like I'm asking you to do more than you're committing to. So if at some point you change your mind and you really don't want the things that you're telling me right now, and we're going to cover this in a few seconds, your reason why, I just need you to be comfortable enough to be honest with me and let me know so I can replace you with someone else, not as my friend, but as my business partner, with someone else who is serious and wants to be successful. Is that a fair enough deal? I won't ask any more of you as long as you promise to be honest with me.
That's fair. That's making sure that I'm serious, and I'm very serious.
Excellent. Now, it's important, as I said earlier, that everybody understands there is no right or wrong answer. So in this example, let's assume that Jerry was hesitating for whatever reason, family commitments, children, work, whatever. If he says no or gives me anything that does not provide me with the confidence that he's serious, I'm simply going to say, look, what I want you to understand is that I'm going to be running hard with the people that are serious. I'm going to be here for you, but the bottom line is I have specific goals. Remember I told you the reason why I started this business, Jerry?
Right.
And I told you the reason why I had to make sure it was successful?
Yes.
All right. I got to go out there right now and give it my best effort, which means I've got to focus the bulk of my time on the people that are serious. So I'm going to help you to get started, but I want you to realize that I'm respecting your decision. Therefore, you cannot be my priority if this is not something that you're serious about. Fair enough?
That's very fair.
Excellent.
That's fair.
And folks, you have to be comfortable enough to do this. This is not about right or wrong. This is not about good or bad. This is about simply letting people know where your personal commitment is. And if you're willing to do that, the good news is they're going to meet you halfway. Now, Jerry, I'm going to reiterate to you my why, and then I'm going to ask you to tell me, why are you starting this business? And more importantly, why? Why does this business have to be successful for you? Because you're going to need to give your reason why for 3 very, very specific reasons. The first reason is, quite honestly, you're going to have to separate yourself from the masses. Everybody tells me that they need my help, but I only have so many hours in a day, and I'm going to give my time and my best effort to the people that are the most serious. Now, I know you're serious, but I want you to be able to communicate clearly and effectively why this business must be successful. Secondly, you're going to need to talk to people you have a relationship with, and your ability to clearly and effectively communicate why this business must be successful to those friends and family, those people you have a relationship with, is going to be extremely important for your success. And the third reason, Jerry, I'm just going to call it as honestly as I can. You're human just like me. And as humans, we lose our motivation sometimes. We lose our energy. I won't call ourselves lazy, but we just sometimes don't want to do the things that we need to do. And you're going to need a very strong, compelling reason why to get you to do the things that you no longer want to do because you need to do them. So I'm going to give you my reason why, and then I'm going to allow you to give me yours. And we're going to work on this to make sure that you're clear and effective. Fair enough?
Yes. Absolutely.
Now, Jerry, I called you, and I called you very sincerely when it was time to get started in business. And the reason why I called you and told you this was important to me was, quite honestly, I'm struggling financially. I haven't lost my home, but the bottom line is, after my divorce and after a couple of really bad situations in business, my income has dropped significantly and my expenses have doubled. I now have to pay not only for my own household, but I have an ex-wife and a son, and I've got to pay all those bills. And as you know, JD's getting a little older, and as he gets older, he's getting more expensive. So the reality is, I don't want to wait until I don't have any money. I'm taking the proactive steps right now to go out there and make the extra money that I need to continue supporting my ex-wife and my son, and have obviously money to live myself, but more importantly, to prepare for his future, because he's already past the dollar store. I used to be able to go to the dollar store and buy a couple of things and make him happy. Now he wants, Nerf guns and Roto Fury, and, the toys are all $30 and $40, not $1. So as he gets older, as he's growing, I'm going to need that money to pay the bills and to have that disposable income for his wants and his needs. So do you understand how serious it is for me right now to make this extra money?
I can see that very clearly.
And that's why I want to be clear with you. I'm not asking for a handout. I'm willing to do the work, but the bottom line is, this is not a hobby for me, and I don't have the luxury of sitting around. I have to make this thing happen. So my question to you, Jerry, is friend to friend. Did I create a compelling reason for you to care enough about doing me the favor and evaluating the business? Have I clearly communicated a reason why effectively?
You did. You really did, and it was emotional enough, and it moved me.
Excellent. And that's my goal. That's my intention. Now, what I want to do is make sure that you have your why just as clear and just as effective, so that you will be compelling everyone around you to help you. But more importantly, when I reach out to you and you might be having one of those lazy days, then I want you to understand I'm going to use your why against you to remind you of why we're doing this business. Fair enough?
That's fair. Absolutely.
Excellent. Do you have a reason why that you'd like to share right now, my friend?
Absolutely. Absolutely. My reason why is I'm getting older, and I'm looking at society, and everything is getting more expensive. And I know that I have children that is depending upon me, and I have grandchildren. And I'm really, really, really scared to leave them without anything. And I see that the job market, which is very poor out here for older people, is very, very crucial for me to make a real good living. And I see that my why is my family. It's everything to me. And for me to not be able to provide for them is very emotional and very heartwarming, to the point where when you look into their eyes and you can't provide, then you know that you're not providing the way you want, and you're not fulfilling what you want in life. So I'm going to tell you something. This business must be successful for me, for the simple fact that one day we all going to get old, and pensions are very small from these companies now, and I have a very small pension. And, John, I'm telling you, it must be successful, or it's do or die. I will find myself homeless, and I will find myself with my family homeless. That's why this business must be successful for me.
Excellent. And you're comfortable, because I appreciate you being that vulnerable and that transparent with me. You comfortable reminding you of these reasons why your family and the people you care most about? If at some point in the near or distant future I find out that you're kind of slacking on your duties?
Yes, you can remind me of it, and I think that will compel me to even wake up even more.
Well, I'm going to ask you to do me a favor. I want you to write it down on this document, and we're going to make a copy of it, and you're going to keep one and sign it, and I'm going to keep one and sign it. And that way, you can't say, hey, I don't remember saying that. I might have you. Not that I don't trust you and I don't love you. I just know that memories are short, and I want to be able to show you in your own handwriting that we discussed this, because I don't want anything to prevent you from that success.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
I will sign it. Yes.
Thank you very much, Jerry. And the reason I'm doing this, guys, is please understand clearly. This is what we have to do when it comes time to building our business. So you heard from Kenny, you heard from Mr. Jerry Montgomery that, look, we're basically talking about, as a sponsor, it is our job. I repeat, it is our job to go out there and clearly communicate what is at stake and why. And again, we lead by actions, we lead by example. That's why it was important, before I asked Jerry to give me his why, to remind him of its importance and to share my why with him. So thank you so much, Jerry.
Thank you.
Excellent. Now I'm going to bring on Lauren Sapp out of Atlanta, Georgia. Cornelius, are you there?
I'm here. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, partner. Thank you very much. We're going to go ahead and go through the sponsor or upline agreement, where you, again, as the brand new associate, I'm going to commit certain things to you, and then I'm going to have you commit certain things back to me. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, so here's the deal. Cornelius, we're going to lock arms. We've already covered the 4 core principles that you've agreed to. We've already talked about the importance of having that responsible sponsor conversation, which you answered, and you've just given me your why. So here's the bottom line. I want you to understand, and I'm going to sign this, but I, John Costino, am agreeing to you that I will, number one, make myself available to help and support you in the development of your new business. I'm responsible for helping you to develop your confidence in this business. So are you okay with me doing everything I can to support you and help you build your confidence?
I am. I need that support too, John, so I appreciate that.
Well, we all do, and I just want you to know you're not alone in this. Number 2, this is important, that my support will always come from a desire to help you establish your reason why and to achieve your financial success. And I got to be clear with you, because you're a very big man. I don't want you ever getting angry with me. So the bottom line is, no matter what the dialogue ends up being, I want you to hear and confirm that you heard that everything that I do from start to finish is going to come from a strong desire to help you accomplish your own goals and to achieve your reason why.
I hear it loud and clear, John.
All right. Now, again, this is on me. Number 3, I'm going to help you by setting the proper example through my own actions, not my words. My example is going to set the standard. So here's how I'm going to say it, Cornelius. I am not going to ask you to do anything that I'm not doing myself, which means I will from time to time begin to tell you you have to do something, but I will always come from a place of I'm already doing it, come join me. Is that fair enough?
Okay, I can get that.
Excellent. Number 4, I'm going to guide you through your website and your back office. So I'm not going to send you there and say figure it out or let me know what you think. I'm going to walk you through the steps. I'm going to share the trainings and the tools that MonyWize is providing, and I'm going to make sure, I'm going to help you, and I'm going to make sure that you complete your own financial analysis, because without that, we can't possibly begin to share this program with anybody. So I'm going to help you do it. I just can't do it without your support. So together, we're going to go through the back office, the tools, and the financial analysis. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
As I said earlier, number 5, I'm going to remind you of your reason for starting this business and needing it to be successful. If at some point you forget why we're doing this and why you need to be focused. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
I'm going to make sure that you're comfortable and confident to effectively approach all of your potential business partners and potential retail customers. So I'm not going to just throw you out there to the wolves. We're going to role play, but I need you to feel comfortable enough that when we're role playing, I'm not here just to yes you and to make you feel good. I'm here to make sure you're confident, which means in the role playing, I'm going to quiz you and I'm going to make sure you know the business as well as possible. Fair enough?
I got you, John.
All right, number 7, I'm going to make sure that you maximize the rank advancement bonuses. Now, I know you got excited seeing that $5,550, right?
I did.
But it's not going to mean jack if you're not getting it yourself. So it's my focus and my goal and my commitment to make sure that over the next 30 days, you get a minimum of 3 retail customers and a minimum of 5 associates, that we get them their 3 retail customers, because I want to make sure that you're maximizing all bonuses within this period. Fair enough?
Wow, man. Yes, that is fair.
All right. Now, like I said, I'm not going to leave you hanging. So number 8, I'm going to monitor your conversations, the approach conversations that you have, as well as the retail customer conversations, to make sure that both your retail customers and your prospective business partners are being exposed effectively. And I want your permission that if you're off center, left or right, that you don't mind me adjusting you and course correcting you so that you're going to hit a bullseye every time.
I appreciate that. I need all the help I can get.
All right. And number 9, I'm going to hold myself accountable to you as far as your daily activities and the growth of your business each day. So I'm going to commit to support you and the development of your business until the day you no longer wish to fulfill your reason why you started in the first place. I'm going to work for you and towards your success. I'm going to sign this and date it. Okay, buddy?
Okay, we got it.
All right. Now, we're going to go ahead and we're going to talk about your agreement, because that's called the partnership agreement. Now, just as I committed to, I need you to read off. Now, can you see this screen right here?
I can see it.
I need you to go ahead and put your name in there, and I want you to read off each one of these, because this is your commitment back to me. Now you know what I'm willing to do for you. This is what I'm asking of you so that we can work together in unison and get your goals done.
Okay. It says, I, Cornelius Jenkins, will agree that I will be coachable and study the information provided by MonyWize during the next 3 days. I will learn the effective approach within 48 hours.
Excellent. Is that a fair enough date frame as far as 3 days? If I give you the information and I work with you, can we in the next 72 hours go through the information?
That seemed like a reasonable enough time.
Excellent. I'm going to role play the effective approaches with you. So I promise you 48 hours. It doesn't take 2 hours, but I'm going to give you 2 days because I understand you got a family, you got other responsibilities. But let's go ahead to number 2.
Number 2, I will trust the information and the process and learn from those who have already succeeded in the industry that I am just now joining.
Okay, and this is important. I'm not asking you to listen to me because I say so. This guy, John Costino, has put this program together. You know his background, you know his statistics, you know his success. I'm not asking you to trust me or follow me. I'm asking you to trust me enough to say, together we're going to follow him and we're going to have the success he's had. Is that fair enough?
That's fair enough.
And that's important because I never want you to think I'm saying do it because I said so. Together, you and I are going to do the same things following the blueprint that he created for us. Go ahead to number 3, partner.
I will be focused and give my very best effort during this 120-day period.
Is that fair enough? Just 4 months, and if after 4 months you decide you want to take a break, a nap, a vacation, whatever, is that a reasonable amount of time? Because after 120 days, you're not under any game plan as far as a timeline, and you can set the pace at that point yourself.
Man, that really is a reasonable 120 days. That's not nothing to stay focused on something. I could get the type of bonuses that we talked about. So I think that's doable.
Excellent. Okay.
Number
4.
Number 4, I will clearly communicate my reasons for starting this new business and why the business must succeed. My reason why is what will motivate me to do whatever is necessary when I no longer feel like working.
Are you comfortable with your reason why right now?
I'm very comfortable with my reason why. I have to make this work.
I know. You have a family that you care dearly about, and I've watched you in your career work hard and not remotely get rewarded, recognized, or acknowledged from your job, of which you've been a tremendous, tremendous employee. But now that you have a chance to do it for yourself, together, you and I are going to do it for your family. Fair enough?
Fair enough, man. I appreciate it again. Number 5.
You earned
Yep. Thank you, sir. Number 5, I will list 3 people I need to help financially. The number 1 gift that I will buy for me to celebrate my success.
Now, this is important. Have you put some thought into this, buddy? What is the absolute, I mean, bills are being paid. You have more money coming in than you need right now. Let's say whether it's 10 grand, 15 grand, 25 grand, whatever that number is, I don't want you to tell me about paying bills. What would be the gift that you would love to reward yourself, or you and your wife, or you and your family? What's that special gift that we can put out there as our goal?
Man, in Atlanta, I love stopping and watching the Porsche dealership and watch those Porsches drive around that track.
Okay.
That drop top Porsche, the black on black. Oh, John, you got to come watch it with me next time you come.
All right, well, let's do this right now then. Do you have in your mind a picture of exactly, if money was no object and you could just go right over there and grab the keys, do you know exactly what that car is?
I know exactly what it is.
All right, let's go ahead and write it down right now. Obviously, it's Porsche. You've already alluded to you want black on black and you want a convertible, right?
That's it.
What's the model? Do you know what the model is?
I don't know. It's got to be fast.
All right, well, let's do this. Let's jump on the computer real fast here, and let's Google it. And just go ahead and make up a Porsche right now that you like, because obviously we're not going to go on and Google while we're doing the training. But you go ahead and just name any Porsche you want.
Right, the Model 36 VA.
Excellent. And you want it in convertible, and you want black on black, correct?
That's correct.
Excellent. Now, here's the deal. We're going to work together to get that for you as quickly as possible. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right, now we're going to break role play for a quick second because I want everybody to understand the importance of that step. What I am going to do that Cornelius would not be aware of is, as his sponsor, I'm going down to a Porsche dealership. I now know exactly what vehicle he wants. I'm going to get them to give me the brochure on that exact vehicle in the exact color and model he wants. And I'm going to come home and I'm going to handwrite. I'm going to get a piece of paper and a pen, not text it to him, not email it, not Word document and print it, handwritten note from me to him that I'm going to work as hard as I can. I'm going to bust my tail and I'm going to bust his tail as hard as necessary to get him this vehicle, and that everything I do and everything I say between now and then is said with love to get this gift for him. And I'm going to put the note and the brochure into a manila envelope, and I'm going to hand deliver it to you. Cornelius, how would that make you feel if 3 or 4 days from now you read that note, I gave you a big hug, and you were looking at that Porsche?
Man, that would make me very emotional. That right there, just to know that no one's never taken the time to really work with me to accomplish a goal or a dream of mine, to get what, no one's never taken that time. So that would really resonate loud, that I have somebody that's committing their life to me to help accomplish a dream of mine.
Well, and I'll be honest with you, if it were feasible, I would even kidnap him and drive him down to the Porsche dealership to put him in the car and have him take a test drive. How would that feel, pulling that one off?
Wow, that would be powerful.
And see, guys, that's what it's all about when it comes to partnering up with your associates. It makes it real, it brings it home, and it's the reason why in the course of my career I've developed such close relationships, and it's the reason why I still keep in contact with these people, because they knew they weren't reps to me, they knew they weren't numbers in the system, and they knew that it was important to me that they made money and achieved their goals. So now let's jump back into the role playing. Cornelius, you're up to number 6.
Number 6, I will give my full permission to my sponsor and upline support team to use this information, number 4 and 5, to stimulate me when I ignore my responsibilities.
Oh, I thank you so much, because as big as you are, I never want you upset. I'm going to carry this paper with me as my get-out-of-jail-free card right when you get ready to hit me. How's that?
I love it.
You can't hit me if I make you read this after you sign
I know, right? I got it. That's nice. Wow. All right, number 7.
You got it.
I will list my 10 closest relationship and ask them to evaluate my product risk-free and provide feedback. I will develop this list to at least 50 people within the next 24 hours.
Absolutely. And you know, Cornelius, the reason we're starting with the 10 closest is I want your comfort and your confidence to be strong. And the reason why we're going to expand it to 50 is, number one, I know that you know at least 50 people, and I'm also 100% sure that if we talk to 50 people, at the end of 50 people, you'll have more than 3 retail customers and more than 5 personally sponsored associates. So that's why we're going to make sure that we go as far as 50. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
It's all a numbers game, my friend. Okay, number 8.
I will launch my new business within the next 7 days by contacting people from the list in step number 7.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be there every step of the way, as you saw from my agreement, to help you do that. Number 9.
Reviewing training is a priority for my success, not an option that I view as a chore. I promise my best effort in completing these commitments and providing you with a daily accountability for those I speak with and the result of each conversation.
Excellent. I'm going to have you sign that, and we're good to go, partner. Thank you very much.
Thank you, John.
Now, before I let you go, Cornelius, was there anything on there that you feel is unreasonable or unfair or wrong to ask of somebody who's saying, I really want to be successful and I really want to make a lot of money?
No, everything is reasonable. Matter of fact, it's almost, so real. It's kind of like, it's hard to believe that someone's willing to commit themselves to really helping an individual. And I can see someone saying, wow, because network marketing isn't taught like this. So this is kind of refreshing. It's, and it lets, people out there in the network marketing world, they hear people say that they want to help them, but they don't have it in writing like this. So, as the whole saying goes, people don't care about how much you know until they know how much you care. So this right here really puts it in black and white.
Absolutely. And you know what? You bring up a good point, and I'm going to cover this point right now before we go to the next document, because in almost, I won't say every, but in almost every other program out there, and certainly every one that I'm aware of, here's why it doesn't exist. Those programs, and this is important for every one of you to hear and echo when you're talking to people, in every one of those programs, the money is paid up front. Your job is to get them in, to sign them up, and to sell them the biggest pack you can, and then truly you don't care what happens after that, because the income earned long term is very, very small. Have you noticed that in your career, Cornelius?
I have. Yeah, you're absolutely right. They have those big old fast start bonuses. And of course, you look at them and you want to get them, but once you get them, you're looking for the next fast start bonus, and you end up moving on to try to get that next fast start bonus.
Exactly. And I'll be really blunt with everybody so that when you understand why I'm saying this, you'll realize it's not a mistake. I could have started this company and had a $149 starting position and made a huge, big bonus, but here's the problem. It would severely restrict and limit the number of people that you could get in. So there was no reason for me to go out there and do what I've already seen fail every single time. By keeping the enrollment at $49, and I want everybody to understand this, because our enrollment at $49.99, let's call it $50, is still virtually free when you understand that for $50, we've given you your first month on the service. So you realize, Cornelius, it's not 50 plus 30, it's just 50 the first month, right?
I mean, that's powerful because I've been asked that. Like, you mean tell me I have to pay the 50 plus 29? And when I tell people that no, just 49, and then it's $29 every an additional month, not to the. And they, most people they look at that and say, wow, that's not bad. So
Exactly.
you're right. Yeah, you're right.
But watch this. I'm going to take it a step further. So at $50, if we subtract the $30 for the service, now it only costs you $20 to join, right?
Right.
But watch this. Every program out there that I'm aware of charges monthly website and back office fees, don't they?
Yep.
So if you were to take the whole $50 and divide it by 12, it's less than $5 a month. But if you were to take $20, which is what technically it costs to join, $20 divided by 12 is less than $2. So when you think about it, $50 not only gets you in business, not only gives you your free first 30 days on the service, but it covers your website and your back office for the entire year. Can we say that there's virtually no charge to join the business?
Virtually no charge and no risk. How can you look at this program and not, I mean, a 30-day money-back guarantee? I mean, John, when a person really sit back and look at what we have, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
And I appreciate you saying that, and I don't want to sound mean when I say this, but if you don't have 10 personally enrolled associates, you didn't talk to 50 people. If
Right.
you don't have 10 retail customers, you didn't talk to 50 people, or you said some really crazy crap and you didn't use what I teach, because there is no legitimate reason for someone to say, no, I don't want a risk-free trial of the service. And there's no reason for somebody who needs money to not take basically a virtually risk-free opportunity to go out there and make money. But I bring that all up because every other program is front-loaded, whether it's a binary, whether it's a unilevel, whether it's nutritional products. They all have their quote-unquote enrollment program, and the company and the upline make their money right away and then pay very, very small residuals on the back end. And the last thing I'm going to say to this before I move on from Cornelius to our next piece is, Cornelius, do you realize the percentages that we pay out on the $30? Have you looked at that yet?
I have. I've looked at it. And, John, I mean, I know you're a mathematician, but, John, when I look at it, I have to scratch my head and say, man, John definitely knows what he's doing. And, I mean, you're paying out over 50%. And, man, yeah. And so I know you know what you're doing. That's why I joined you. And I know, that I'm going to follow you with this company because it's going to be big.
Well, I appreciate you having that confidence in me, but I want everybody to hear me really, really carefully when I say this. If you were to take our program right now, when you look at what we're paying out residually, we are paying out up to $11 on the residual side. That is 36.7%. 36.7% of the cost of the product. The reason I bring that up is that's not the funny money BV like other programs. That's hard dollars. Your customer is paying $29.99. I rounded it up to $30, and we're paying out as much as $11 in our residual. That's not including the merit bonuses. That's not including the rank advancement bonuses. That's the pure residual. There is no program out there that is paying out that much and that high of a percentage, and that's the reason why, Cornelius, I am so meticulous about building the long term, because I don't want any of you as a leader here to ever get to the point where you're leaving us because you need to make money and you think you can make money more. You'll never be able to make more money long term anywhere else based on this comp plan. Fair enough?
Fair enough, John.
And that's why we are committing, when people get started, to their success, to get them into profit and to make sure that they duplicate that. So thank you very much for your participation, Cornelius.
Thanks, John, for having me. I'm really enjoying it, and I appreciate you putting this together.
Absolutely, my friend. And now we're going to switch gears and we're going to fly out to Phoenix, Arizona. Morpheus, are you there?
Morpheus is here.
Excellent. Now, I know you, my friend, have seen these scripts over the years. You brought yourself into the business way back in the telecom world with me, and the conversations have shifted slightly from the old telecom to our new service. But if you don't mind, I'd like to go ahead and role play the effective approach with you right now.
Sure, absolutely.
Excellent. Now, I'm going to give you full permission on any level. If you think there's a crack where you can push back, you have my permission 100%. This is Herschel talking to Joe, and the bottom line is you are free. If I give you an accidental crack in my approach, you can go ahead and kick the door in. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
All right. Now, when it comes to the effective approach, this is for everybody. Before we role play, I want you to understand the approach is 100% effective at getting people to take a look at your business. Not join, take a look at it. Now, I need you to please understand, I want you to put your own personality into this conversation, make it your own, but don't change the framework or the effectiveness of the message. Your only goal in making this call to someone is to get them to ask them to simply take a look and see the opportunity. You're not asking them to join your business. You're not trying to sell them anything, and I don't want you to explain any details. Your only goal is to have them evaluate your business, and you want to let the system do the rest. So you ready, Herschel?
I am ready.
All right. I want you all to understand this can be done in person or over the phone, but since I'm in Southwest Florida and Herschel is in Phoenix, I'm surely not going to fly all the way out there to do this. I'm going to call him on the phone. So ring, ring.
Hello, this is Herschel.
Herschel, it's Joey. How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great, Joey. How are you, man?
I'm doing great. Hey, real fast, before we get into it, am I catching you at a good time? Do you have a few minutes to talk?
Sure, I got a few minutes.
Fantastic. Listen, I'm calling because I need a really, really huge favor, but before you try to jump off the phone, don't worry. I'm not looking for any money. It's not going to cost you any money. Is that okay?
That's fine. Okay.
All right. I wanted to get that out of the way so you're not literally trying to figure out what can I say that he will accept. I am hoping that you can help me out. And the first thing is, have you heard that I've started my own home-based business? Have you already heard that?
I heard something about that, Joey, but I'm not quite sure. What's new with that?
Well, here's the deal. The reason I started the business, and you may not know this either, is I'm now divorced. Kathy and I divorced a couple of years ago, and because of that divorce, I'm now paying for two households. I had to move out. I let her and JD keep the condo, and I'm paying the bills, but I had to go out there and get my own household. So my expenses all doubled, and unfortunately, because of the economy, I really took it on the chin, and my income has dropped over the last 5 years. So the bottom line is I need to act now and be proactive to make up the difference in the money that I've lost and begin to start preparing because, you know, you've got children of your own. As JD gets older, he's going to get more expensive, and I don't want to wait until it's too late to start paying attention. So does it make sense that right now I'm kind of in a financial bind? I need to make more money?
Yeah, Joey, it makes sense, man. I'm sorry about your hardships and circumstances, and I understand. I'm with you.
Well, I appreciate it. And, again, I'm not standing here with my hand out. I'm not asking you for money. Here's the reason I'm calling and the reason I'm asking for this personal favor. It's going to mean a lot to me, but all I'm going to ask you to do is take a few minutes and evaluate the information on this business and then give me your honest opinion and your feedback without any obligation. And I'm going to tell you exactly why I'm asking you for this favor so there's no question or confusion on your end. Fair enough?
Okay, that's fair enough, Joey, but this is not one of those things now, is it?
Well, you know, it's funny that you say that. I don't know what you mean by one of those things. What are you talking about?
Well, you know, I've had people come to me, and it's like one of those pyramid things. You know, you've seen it before. People call you about things, and just one of those pyramids. Man, I don't have time for that.
Well, I'll tell you what, pyramids are illegal, and I agree with you 100%. You didn't think I'd get involved with something illegal, did you?
Well, I wouldn't think that you would, but, you know, everyone's trying to approach me about everything, so I'm just kind of guarded, that's all.
You know what? That's why I called you. In fact, come on, you know I call you Morpheus, right?
Yeah, I do. Yes.
I call you Morpheus because you are the wise one. You're the guy that I go to when I really need some feedback and I need somebody to. In fact, let's just make this easy. You probably already have viewed enough business opportunities to know what good looks like and what bad looks like, right?
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So here's my only question to you. You wouldn't want to see me get involved in something and lose more money, would you?
No, Joey, I wouldn't want that to happen to you, no.
So do you understand now how valuable you are to me? Now let me get through these 3 reasons, and I think you'll understand why. But I want to be clear. I don't want you to buy anything or join anything. Are we on the same page?
Okay, we're on the same page. Okay.
Okay, because here's the deal. Number 1, I looked at this. I looked at it from every angle, and I personally believe that the timing is right for somebody to make money with it. Now, I could be wrong. I don't know. But if it made sense to you, and if it were possible that you and I could make some money, would you be open to that?
Yes, Joey, I would be open to that, sure.
Great. Now watch this. Let's throw that. Say it with me. We're going to throw this right in the trash can. 1 is in the trash can. Not even talking about 1 anymore. Let's assume that you're not interested at all. You're not interested in the business for whatever reason. I want you to hear me carefully. It's okay with me. I'm not trying to get you in. I'm asking for your opinion because I'm most likely going to go ahead with it unless you see something compelling enough to make me abandon it, and that's why I need your opinion because you might see something that I missed. In fact, I'm hoping to ask you for your support from time to time by simply referring people to me, and to do that effectively, you'd need to know what I was doing, but more importantly, I wouldn't ask you to endorse something that you weren't comfortable with. So does it make sense that you might say thanks but no thanks, but still see that there's value in it for me?
Yes, sure, Joey. I can do that. I would support you in that.
Now watch this. Let's throw that one in the trash can. Here's the 3rd reason, and it's probably the most important reason. You might not be interested, and in fact, it might be so horrible that you don't even want to refer somebody. That means you might look at it and say, John, or Joey, this is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. I'm not even going to refer anybody. I want to be clear again. I won't be upset with you, and I promise I'll never bring it up again. You heard me say that, right?
Yes, yes.
Now, here's the key. I know that I'm not the only person who's going to contact you about this. I absolutely cannot afford to end up seeing you as somebody else's business partner because I was either afraid or somehow failed to show it to you. So if you like the concept, great. If you hate the concept, great. No matter if you like it or not, all I'm asking is that you say yes or no to me and not somebody else. Is that a fair enough way for me to ask for your help?
That's fair enough, Joey.
Okay. Now, as a personal favor to me, all I'm asking you to do, again, is evaluate it and give me some feedback. Are we clear? I'm not trying to get you to buy anything or join anything?
Yeah, that's fine. Sure, I'll support it.
Okay. Excellent. Now, here's all I'm asking. This is the good part now. We're past all the craziness. Now you know what I'm looking for. All I'm asking for is 15 minutes of your time. I'm not asking you to go anywhere. You don't have to get dressed up in a suit. You don't have to meet anybody else. I'm going to ask you for 15 minutes to sit there and watch and evaluate 3 short videos. Can we agree they're short if you can watch 3 of them in less than 15 minutes?
As long as it's 15 minutes, though. I've got things I'm trying to do right now, but if it's 15 minutes, okay, sure.
I understand it, and that's why I'm saying if our relationship is not worth 15 minutes, I will accept you telling me that, but I think it's worth 15 minutes. Is that a fair assumption?
That's fine. Okay.
Excellent. Now, all I want to do is get you to evaluate it and then give me some feedback, and I want to stress again that I just want your personal evaluation, and you alone will decide whether or not it makes sense. Fair enough?
Okay, that's fair enough.
Okay, so here's the question. Are you available to take a look and give me that 15 minutes right now?
Yes, I've got time, sure.
Fantastic. Okay, are you by your computer?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. I'm going to email you the first video link. It's less than 2 minutes. Let me know when you get it because I'm going to stay on the phone with you because after each video, I want to get your feedback immediately while it's fresh in your mind. Fair enough?
Okay, fair enough.
Okay,
I'm in front of my computer now. I'm ready.
Excellent. I emailed it. Let me know when you get it.
Okay, yes, I see it right now.
Okay, the person you're going to hear from is the founder of the company. His name is Mr. John Costino. He's been in the industry for the last 3 decades. He's had a lot of success in building and developing companies, but unlike everyone else in the industry that I'm aware of, he was never happy with the destruction, with the amount of people that invested money, lost money, struggled, and failed. So he started his own company, and I think you'll be very impressed with what you hear. But I want you to hear it from him. He's the expert. He owns the company, and he's been doing this for the last 30 years. So go ahead and click on this link. It's less than 2 minutes, and then we'll come back.
Okay. Okay. All right, Joey, I've seen it.
Excellent. Now, you tell me, that first video talks about the product, the debt elimination software. So my first question to you is, Herschel, do you know anybody right now who's been getting clobbered in this industry and, quite frankly, maybe carrying a little bit of debt, whether it's credit card debt, mortgages, car payments, where they're struggling to make ends meet?
Joey, hey, man, that's me.
Okay, so then you can agree that that product probably, as you heard Mr. Costino say, has value to everybody, whether they want to be in the network marketing business or not, right?
Yeah, I can see that, yes.
Excellent. Okay, here's the second link. Obviously, the first one was about the product. Here's another one, less than 2 minutes, and it talks about the opportunity. Go ahead and click on that and let me know when you're done watching it.
Okay, I'm done.
Fantastic. Now, you tell me, does that sound like an opportunity that's a little bit different than everything else you've seen so far in the industry of network marketing?
Yeah, Joey, man, the things I've seen out here don't make any kind of sense. And from what I'm seeing right now, man, this is very, very compelling. It's very interesting.
Well, now you know why
more.
I called you. You know why I called you, because I'm looking at it going, man, I can't find a hole in this thing. And as much as I didn't know what your response was going to be, I knew I needed to call you. So let's go ahead. The third one now, those first two were less than 2 minutes. This third one's about 8 minutes long, but check out the title. Go ahead, I'm going to send it to you right now. You go ahead and let me know when you got it in your computer there.
Okay, I've got it.
Okay, now this is what makes this guy so special. He calls the video Why People Struggle, Fail, and Quit in Home-Based Business. Have you ever heard of an owner of a network marketing company talking about how bad the industry is and why?
No, usually most owners that I've seen out here just want to bring you on board. They don't care about anything except taking your money.
There you go. And I'm smiling because that's exactly what I thought. This dude is different on every angle, and I'm going to shut up and let you figure that out for yourself. It's about 8 minutes long. I'm going to shut up, let you watch it, and then we'll talk afterwards. Go ahead, buddy.
Okay, I've seen this, man. This makes a lot of sense.
Okay.
Joey, this looks very, very good, man.
Well, you know what? I appreciate that, Herschel. Like I said, I promised you no pressure. At this stage, all I want to know is, based on what you heard, do you think you fit more into the sounds good, I'm in, sounds terrible, I think it's stupid, or you need more information? I'm good with whatever, but I just wanted you to tell me, where do you stand? Because I'm excited about this, and I really wanted your feedback.
You know, Joey, to be honest with you, I was really kind of pulling back from all these things out here because, it just didn't seem real, and it looks like this owner is explaining everything that I had problems with as far as what's happening in the industry. This is exactly why I was pulling back, man. So I'm open to take a further look at this and whatnot. As long as I know that I've got the support and this company is going to stand and deliver on this, I think I'm open to take this further. I think I'm open to look at this.
Excellent. Well, you heard him say it, and I'm going to reiterate, make sure that it landed with you as well as it did with me. Remember hearing Mr. Costino say that he believes in his company and his product so much that he's taken all the risk that you and I get to go out there and share the product with a 100% risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee to our friends and family?
Well, you know what? I remember that, and I've never seen that before in the industry. So this guy is the real deal. I've never seen it.
This dude's either a clown or he's got something strong, because I've never heard an owner say, I'll take all the risk. I invested all the money in the company. You just go talk to your friends and family, and I'll take the risk. I couldn't say no to that. But here's the cool thing. If you like what you've seen, he has put together short videos like that so that you and I don't have to become experts. We can let him, and how about, would you like to hear directly from the genius that developed the software?
Yes, I would. Yeah,
excellent.
Sure.
I'm going to send you a couple more videos, and we'll just keep going as long as you want, because I want you to get all the information that you need to make the decision that fits right with you. Fair enough, Herschel?
That's fair enough.
Excellent. Now we're going to break role playing, because this is an important part right here. I'm going to read it to you, and then we're going to dialogue it real fast. As you can see, it says, do not give out the video link. It's essential that you do this as a three-way call in order to be sure that your contact watches the video and can provide you with their opinion immediately after the video ends. If you're with your contact, just watch it together. But the bottom line is, you don't send out the links and then hope that they watch it, because you never want to find yourself chasing after your prospect, and you now can maintain the leverage by keeping control of the flow of information. Now, Herschel, you and I talked about this a couple of days, maybe a week ago. Do you remember when you said to me that that one element right there, by engaging with them versus just sending the link, was the missing piece that was giving you a success that you were excited about?
I am super excited, because it just seems that the person I was talking to was engaged. I was there to answer any questions. I didn't have to do the talking myself or try to pitch anything. It was right there. And it's the most simple thing I've ever done. I don't know why I haven't done it all these years in this industry.
Well, again, and I'm saying this as one of the more successful networkers in the industry today. Do you agree, or do you feel that that right there is one of the most important elements that we can get across to people when it comes to being a responsible sponsor, to teach their people, and as being a representative, to not take the shortcut and just toss the links out there hoping people watch it, but to invest a little bit of time and to watch them together and to have that dialogue afterwards? I want people to hear it in your words, not mine, because obviously I believe it works.
Well, it is very important, because, again, it connects you with the person. It's very simple to duplicate. It makes it very, very real for the prospect. And at the same time, it's just a valuable tool. So you don't have to put yourself out here to try to figure out what to do or what to say or what steps first and second and third. The system is so duplicable. I was really impressed. Even with all the years I've been in this industry, it's like an epiphany. I'm like, wait a minute, this makes a lot of sense. And so it's not the old days of handing people, DVD tapes. It's not all these different things. It's very simple. It's right in front of you. It's simple to do, and it doesn't take much time.
I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much, because, again, you're one of the legends in the industry, and it's important for people to understand that I do it, you do it, and they should feel very comfortable doing it as well. Now, obviously, you've been extremely accommodating. I told you to feel free to push back, but can we agree that using this approach, it's very difficult as the prospect to find a reason legitimately to say no?
If you follow this system, you're going to find very little resistance. In other words, people are going to be people, and you can't really control that. You just control the things that you can control. But this puts the control back in your hands, and again, it's the best tool out here. So I just really believe that if everyone is duplicating this out, you guys, this is a brand new paradigm. Very, very, very few companies are going to connect this way. And what this is about is building longevity. So if you duplicate this process, you're going to know that it's going to decrease some of the work. This is a phenomenal system, you all. And so I'm just saying embrace it. I'm taking it to a whole nother level as far as how I approach the business. And in my opinion, if it's okay to say, John, this is You talk about Morpheus. I'll tell you what, for those people who don't embrace the system, you may as well take the blue pill, stay in Wonderland, go with all these companies that are superficial, all the facades, all the artificial success, all the false relationships, being broken, not knowing how, just not knowing what's real and what's not. Take the blue pill and stay over there. Now, if you want to really go and find out what the real deal is, if you really want to know what the new normal is, take the red pill. You guys have gone down the hole where they say Alice in Wonderland is, but when you get there, you know you have the real deal, and you know you're home free, and you've been unplugged from the nonsense.
I appreciate that very much, my friend. And, you know, we've been around long enough. We've seen it all. And I'm going to throw a couple more questions at you because I really want people to hear it from you, an individual with 2 decades plus of successful, not experienced, successful, massive successful experience. You know, one of the things that has always, you know, bothered me, and I've tried my hardest to help people to avoid it, is, you know, when they're brand new and they go out there and they try to recruit their friends and family and they start saying, you know, crazy things like, you know, we're going to make a ton of money and I'm already making a ton of money, and they start to sell and sell and sell. Have you ever noticed that when people do that, their prospects suddenly gain all this confidence and they get to say, well, show me how much money you're making, or, you know, call me when you're making all that money and then I'll join you. How many times have you seen that happen, Herschel, where people oversell in that approach?
Not hundreds of times, but thousands of times. Because we really feel like we want it so bad that we have to do all these things to so-called reel people in, or we talk to people and we just kind of throw up all over them with facts and information and trying to impress people and all these different things. You've heard this before, the less you say, the better. And I just believe that when you put too much out there, you put yourself in a place where they start looking at you like, well, you know what? You said that about the last company. Well, wait a minute. You said that about the company over there. And I still see that you're borrowing money. I still see you living in the same place. So what's going on if you're having this kind of success? If it's all that, then why aren't you succeeding? Why haven't you changed any?
Exactly.
So what happens is that you paint yourself in a corner with nowhere to go.
Exactly. And number one, it's not necessary. But number two, if we can all embrace, you hear me, and I know that sometimes I sound really, really confident because I need you to be confident in the opportunity. But when I'm being authentic and I'm sharing with you my why, I don't have a hard time being transparent and being authentic. And again, here's the bottom line. This is the challenge for all of us, whether you're brand new to the industry or you're a veteran. You know, I got 3 decades of massive success, but why am I starting my own company? Because every company, hear me carefully, this is not out of anger or bitterness, it's just a cold fact. Every company prior to now failed me and failed my people. Failed me and failed my people. Greed, incompetence, mistakes, whatever you want to call it, I didn't ever fail to build a large network and a large revenue stream. The companies failed me. So what's the net result of 27 plus years? I'm starting over from scratch. So I have no problem being brand new. And this is what I'm getting at in sharing that story. Be brand new. When you're brand new, be brand new. I'm not saying, hey, Hirsch, I'm making $5,000 a month. I'm saying, hey, Hirsch, I'm looking at it. I'm evaluating it. I want your opinion. And so if you're willing to do that and put your ego in your pocket and humble yourself to say, like Herschel said, I think I'm onto something here, and I really want you to tell me what you're going to do is you're going to watch this. Remove their ability to defend. There's nothing to defend. You're not attacking them with all these facts, and you're not attacking them with this recruiting pitch. There's absolutely no way for them to say no when you are clear enough repeatedly to say, Hirsch, remember I told you I wasn't asking you to buy anything or join anything?
Yes, I remember that, yes.
And Hirsch, remember all I said was, at no cost to you. I just want you to evaluate it and give me your thoughts. Remember I said that about 10 times?
Yeah, that's right.
How could he say no? All I'm asking for is his opinion. So the point I'm trying to make is don't oversell you, don't oversell the opportunity, and rely on their favor of evaluating and providing feedback. Herschel, I can't thank you enough, my friend, for role-playing that with me. I appreciate it more than you realize.
The honor is mine. Thank you for having me.
Of course. And then as it says here at the end of this script, if people begin to ask questions, whatever their questions are, your job is not to answer them. Your job is to reply with, that's a great question. Why do you ask? And then you simply provide them with the opportunity to get, okay? I will provide you with 100% of the information. I just need to make sure that you get the correct information, not partial. And if I give you partial or wrong information, it's going to prevent you from giving me an educated evaluation. So if somebody starts to hammer you with questions, your job is to write them all down and then create value and respect for an expert. Don't answer the questions yourself. You bring them to your upline expert. And it's all spelled out here on the document. And as you can see at the bottom, the 3 links that I have described. The first one is the introduction, 90 seconds on the debt elimination. The second one is the 90 seconds on the business opportunity. And the third one, what causes a person to struggle and fail. Those are right there on the document, which will be made available to you. And that brings us to our last, and I will say equally important training, and that's none other than Mr. Aurelio Evans. Relly, are you with me?
I'm here.
Well, I'm going to start off by asking you, sir, as you've patiently waited your turn as a true veteran leader and success story yourself of multiple companies, how's this training sounding from your perspective listening?
Oh, it's sounding awesome. I mean, obviously, some of the concepts and approaches I'm very familiar with from the past in the industry, but I mean, it couldn't get any simpler when it comes to all the risk lies with the company, and all the reward, the potential for reward lies with the representatives and the customers. I mean, you've taken all of the all of the risk, and we appreciate it. And this is incredible. And all we have to do is keep it simple and follow the system and process, and we'll create success with it and help a lot of people at the same time.
Excellent. And before we get to this last script, I'm going to ask you one last question. Do you think that this training, and I know it's gone long, but you know what? This is no different than a 3-hour physical training we do on Saturdays. This will end up being about an hour and a half, maybe a little longer. But do you feel this is going to help you as a leader to effectively duplicate success within your group?
Absolutely. I love the fact that it's written down and it's easily duplicatable, and that people can follow the script. And you have it laid out step by step, word for word, and we're going to create a lot of success with this system, I can tell.
Excellent. Well, my friend, I thank you very much. We're going to role play into what I'm going to say is the most important conversation that you're going to have with your new associate, because as we said multiple times, and I'm not going to recap everything because even though I've used different leaders, obviously this would be one onboarding situation. But, now that I'm jumping in with Relly, the most important thing is making sure that you are A, qualified to get paid, and then B, that you are at least at break-even and profitable in your first 30 days. So, Relly, I want to read this off to you, and then we're going to role play it. But the bottom line is acquiring a retail customer is extremely simple. All I'm going to ask you to do is simply ask your friends and family, ask them to help you with a favor, and then show them what's in it for them. Because people are always, always, always willing to help out a friend as long as there isn't any risk on their part. And there's a really strong psychological factor that causes people to instinctively respond yes to helping out a friend who asks for it. And this is way more effective than simply telling people why they should do stuff. If you combine both of these, you're going to get the best results when attempting to acquire a new customer. So we're going to role play it, and then we can chat for a few minutes afterwards, and you can give your thoughts. Okay, buddy?
Okay, great.
All right. Now, in this role play, I'm going to change the name Tony to Relly. and I'll change John to Chuck, okay?
All right.
All right. So the phone's going to ring, ring, ring.
Hello.
Hey, Relly, it's Chuck. How you doing, buddy?
I'm great. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Hey, before I go too far, am I catching you at a good time? Do you have a few minutes to chat?
Yeah, for you, absolutely.
I appreciate it. Well, listen, the reason I'm calling is to share something really, really important, and I could really use your help. Before you try to jump off the phone, it's not going to cost you anything, but I really think that you're going to be just as impressed as me when you hear about it, okay?
Okay.
Now, I got a phone call from Herschel, and you know Herschel. He and I have been friends for a while. You know how close we are, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Well, check this out. Herschel just showed me how to eliminate all of my existing debts without needing to go out there and get another job or find additional income. So let me ask you the stupidest question you've ever heard. If it were really possible to eliminate all of your debts, whether it's credit card debts, car payments, student loans, or even your mortgage, Relly, would you have any interest at all in learning how to do that if it didn't require you to get more money?
Yes, of course, Chuck.
Okay, dude, because I'm not kidding. I did a free analysis, and this program is going to save me over $10,000 in the next 3 to 5 years, and ultimately in the next 15 years could save me over $50,000. The cool thing is there's absolutely no risk, and all I'm going to ask you to do is give me 15 minutes, just 15 minutes, to provide me with the most honest feedback that you have. And again, I'm talking about a risk-free analysis and the potential to save you thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars on your existing debt with your existing income. Because this program has been around for over 10 years, and they've been selling it for as much as $3,500. But Hirsch told me because of some really cool things that are going on, they're offering it for a fraction of the cost, less than $30 a month. So here's my question.
Okay.
Do you have 15 minutes to spare to share with me right now?
Yeah, 15 minutes, right? 15 minutes. I got 15 minutes.
Excellent, because here's the bottom line. They have set it up so that I can show you how this program literally is set up for a fraction of the cost, and through a referral marketing program that's willing to pay people like you and I to simply share it, we can make a really positive impact on the economy one family at a time. And that's why I'm calling you, because it's definitely going to help my family, and I would not be a good friend if I didn't call you. So here's what I'm going to do. Are you by your computer by any chance?
I am.
Excellent. I'm going to send you a video link. It's less than 2 minutes. The person on there is the owner of the company. His name is John Costino, and Mr. Costino has been in the industry of network marketing. I know you've dabbled with it. You know, I've messed around with it a little bit, but he's been in the industry of network marketing for the last 3 decades. And this is a dude that has made a boatload of money, but has been fed up with all of the frustration and all of the failure. You know how many people have tried and failed in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
What I've learned is Mr. Costino has spent the last 20-plus years trying to create an opportunity to help the average family, and since it didn't exist, he started his own. But here's all I want you to do. I want you to hear from him in less than 2 minutes what this product is all about. So if you're by your email, I'm sending the link right now. Let me know when you have it, and then go ahead and click on it, please.
All right. Got it.
Perfect. It's 2 minutes. Go ahead and watch it, and then let me know. I'm going to stay on the phone with you.
Wow, pretty interesting. In a short video, pretty interesting.
Man, let me just ask you a simple question. Have you ever heard of a company owner willing to say, hey, look, I invested all my money in this company, and I'm still going to take all the risk. I don't want you to feel any risk. You go out there, and if you're willing to share it with your friends and family, I'm willing to give you a 100% risk-free 30-day money-back guarantee. Have you ever heard anybody do something like that?
Never. That's pretty strong.
Listen, this dude's either crazy nuts or he's got something strong. Now you can understand why I got so excited, right?
Absolutely.
All right. Now here's the cool thing. The second video, a little bit longer. It's about 13 minutes, but here's the cool thing. he's actually introducing you and I on this video to the genius, the wizard that developed the software, and he's going to start to talk a little bit about how it works. Now, the whole interview is 48 minutes, but he's only going to talk for 13 here, and then you decide for yourself if it makes sense or if you want more information. I can give you the rest of the interview, but the bottom line is I only asked for 15 minutes, so I'm going to shut up. I'm going to send you this link. You go ahead and click it, and I'll stay on the line, and we'll talk in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Let me know when you get it, buddy.
All right, got it. Let me go ahead and watch it.
Perfect. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, definitely. More detail. Awesome. That's good. That's good information.
Now, here's the bottom line. No kidding around. I'm being as serious as I've ever been. Does this start to make sense to you? You starting to see why I got excited and called you?
Yeah, I mean, definitely makes sense. You know, I'm a numbers guy. Makes
exactly.
sense.
Dude, you are a numbers guy. I was a math major. You're a math guy. You're a finance guy. Here's the question I have for you. At this point, do you have enough from Mr. Angelo Rodriguez and Mr. Costino to simply do the free analysis like I did, or do you want more information about this to review with me right now? Because you can do a free analysis, take you like 3 or 4 minutes to fill it out, and then you.
Well, Chuck, let's just be honest. I mean, we're friends. I mean, you know, I'm a numbers person. $29.99. I mean, it's going to help potentially save thousands of dollars on interest, and of course pay off debts. Money back guarantee. I mean, money back guarantee. That's all I need to know. So I'm interested. What I got to do? I'm ready.
Awesome. I'm going to send you a link to my website. You can follow the steps. I'll stay on the phone with you. You enroll. All you do is fill out the information, and I will commit 2 things to you. I want you to hear me carefully, Relly. I'm going to help you fill out your financial profile if you want to make sure that you've got all the information so you got your blueprint done. And then if at any point you're not 100% satisfied that this thing's going to work and benefit your family, I will make sure you get your full refund. So you're not on your own. I'm not walking away after you sign up. Fair enough?
Fair enough.
Awesome. Now, obviously, you were very, very good about it. You were excited to become a customer. In your career, have you ever noticed sometimes friends and family don't pay close attention and they say no, and you're wondering, you know, were you actually listening to me? How many times have you heard that happen in your career?
Absolutely. It happens all the time. They only hear what they want to hear and not necessarily what you said or what they heard.
Yeah, you're like, we having the same conversation. What language do I need to say this stuff in?
Yep, happens all the time.
So we're just going to highlight a couple things here because I think you'll agree with me that 9 times out of 10, if this doesn't work, one of 2 things happen. Either the rep did not follow the approach and let the system work, or the friends and family, the person that they were talking to, wasn't paying attention. They were being distracted or just wasn't listening. So in this role playing, do me a favor. At this point, give me one of those crazy, I'm not really sure. Let me think about it.
Absolutely. So I watched the video, Chuck. I mean, sounds good, but let me think about it.
Well, you know what, man? I appreciate that. And like I said, no pressure or anything, but before I let you go, I need to make sure that I did not mess this up, and I'd like to just run a couple things past you real fast because obviously, number one, you do understand how much I need your help in order for this to succeed, right?
I mean, you need me to do this?
Remember I said in the beginning that I really need you to do me a favor and try this thing out? I mean, here's the bottom line. This is, maybe I wasn't clear, and I'll just address it right now. I want you to realize that your risk-free trial is extremely important to me for the success of my business, because if you do like it and it helps you, do you realize what an impact that could be if you choose to either participate as my partner or if you give me referrals to help me make some extra money?
Okay.
Now let's assume you don't like it. Say, man, what if I don't like it?
I mean, that sounds good. Well, what if I don't like it? I mean,
I want to be clear. If on any level, for any reason, you're not 100% satisfied, remember I said I will personally make sure that you get your full refund?
Yeah.
I want you to realize that you're not going to be stuck, and more importantly, I'm not going to be upset with you. I need you to fully understand that I need your opinion, whether it's good or bad, either way. I need you to do me the favor and evaluate it, because I am promising you that I will make sure you get a full money-back guarantee. So I'm 100% okay if you're not 100% happy, but I can't run the risk of you not giving it the free trial, because I know for a fact if you like it, and I know it's going to work for you, but you need to know that. But once it does, you're either going to get involved and help me build it, or you're going to be so excited to share it with other people, you're going to help me with referrals.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you put it that way, if you need me to do it, it's going to help you out, and, yeah, all right, I'll do it.
Excellent. Now I'm going to ask you to take it one notch higher and just say, you know what, John, I don't think I really want to try it.
Okay. Hey, Chuck. I mean, I know it's going to help, but I don't want to do it. I don't want to try it.
All right, and that's fair enough. And again, I'm just going to make sure I didn't mess this thing up, because really we've been friends for a while, right?
Yep.
Now, I'm afraid I may have said something wrong, so I just want to replay this and make sure. You already have a certain amount of debt that you and your family are carrying. Is that a fair assumption? Because you've expressed...
No, yeah, I mean, we have some debt, yeah. We have debt, we have a mortgage, we have debt, yeah.
I mean, you've expressed it many times that you've had enough financial stress. So my question to you is, if your credit card company or your car financing bank or the mortgage company called you up right now and offered to reduce your debt, would you be angry with them, or would you say thank you?
I'd say thank you, of course.
Okay, that's what I'm thinking about. I don't want to assume anything.
Yeah, so I'd say thank you.
So you'd be cool with having your debt eliminated, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, now you've known me for how long? How many years have we been friends?
For years, years. We know each other very well.
Okay, would you say we're friends?
Yeah, we're friends.
All right, and I'm very happy to hear that, but I need to ask this, because here's the part that's confusing me the most. I know that you're paying off debts just like I am, and you've already said that you'd want to save money if it was possible if they called and offered it, and you just said we're friends. And as I already stated, you understand this is really, really important to me, just to try it, not to keep it, but just to try it. So if you're not willing to try the service out risk-free, what part of this is bothering you more, saving money for you and your family or helping me out?
I'm seeing your points. You got me. I'm seeing your points. All right. Well, tell me what I got to do next.
I appreciate it. I'm going to take you to my website. All I want you to do is take the risk-free trial, and like I said, I'll help you fill out the analysis if you want, and I'll also be there 100% guaranteed you get your money back if you're not satisfied. Fair enough?
Fair enough. Okay.
Now, guys, again, we're coming to the close of the training, so hang with me here. Relly, can we agree that that conversation was authentic?
Absolutely, yeah, authentic. That happens.
And again, we're not pulling punches here. The industry of network marketing has gotten a very ugly reputation because, for the most part, companies are hawking garbage products that are overpriced, products that people don't really want or need. And unfortunately, most people don't get trained well enough to speak effectively and professionally. Is that a fair way to say it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, I asked you, as the role-playing, as a leader in this industry who's seen it, done it, trained it 100 times over, I asked you to play the part of the customer, of my potential customer as my friend. How difficult was it for you to say no to me when I stayed on point with the script?
Yeah, it was difficult because you just laid it out there. Hey, we're friends. I mean, you laid out what is it that you're not getting. Well, you wanted to make sure I heard how significant this was going to be for you and your family, your business, and then you laid it out for me like, hey, it's something that actually going to benefit you, so why not help me and you at the same time? So what can I say? What can I say? But okay.
Exactly. And most importantly, did I do a good enough job of making it crystal clear that you had absolutely no risk and no obligation beyond the risk-free trial?
Yes, you did, because most people, until you say it, maybe even the third time, they will not hear, they will forget that part, that you said the money-back guarantee, no risk, There's nothing to lose. You even said, hey, I'll pay it back, so I mean, they don't hear that, though. They just go with the no. Right away, don't want to try it, no.
Right, and the last thing I'll throw, and then we'll officially close the training. Do you believe, in your professional opinion, after years, very, very successful in this industry, that a lot of times when it comes to friends and family, that there's on some level a test to see how committed we really are to what we're doing?
Absolutely. They're saying no. They're giving you pushback to see if you'll just fold under it and say, oh, okay, well, all right, thanks anyway. And they go, oh, good, I got off that one. And they also noticed you weren't that committed, I guess, to the process. Because if you stick to your guns, I mean, we've learned in the industry how to communicate effectively now, but I'll tell you, there's not many people that know me as a friend that I could call a friend or even a family member. I get to the point now where I'll pull up a family member quickly and just have a heart to heart with them, and be like, look, get your credit card out. It's $29.99. And if they start talking about they don't got $29, oh, you already know the conversation is going to switch very quickly to opportunity.
Exactly.
But I mean, it's just we're talking about people who know you, who trust you, who hopefully care about you, love you, and people are close with. So it's really, if you stick to your guns, stick to your script, and stick to the program. I mean, as long as they hear you, you got to make sure they hear you, that they're clear on what you're saying. They should give it they should at least give it a shot.
Well, I appreciate you saying that, and obviously you've heard from 5 very strong leaders in the industry. I thank each of you for being a part of this training that we did tonight, and I really want to end by saying, if you guys understand that are listening to this recording or that are listening to us live right now, I didn't bring brand new people on that were just going to say yes to me. I wanted to bring on people that were documented in the industry, that were already very successful, so that you could hear them say, this is what we do. This is what we use. Because it's very dangerous when it comes to what somebody wants to do versus what they need to do in a system-based program. And the success that I have had throughout my entire career is not because of me. I am not special. I am not good at anything. I am not better than anyone else. I just knew to stay within the system, and that's what we taught you here tonight. So again, I thank all of you, Kenny. I thank you, Jerry. I thank you, Cornelius. I thank you, Herschel, and I thank you, Relly. You've been a tremendous asset to everybody. I thank you for making this training real. And at this stage of the game, I am going to thank each and every one of you that has hung in here all the way to the end of this training, which, again, I know it may have felt painfully long, but here's the bottom line. You heard Kenny talk about it last night. I used to do Saturday trainings that were 3 and 4 and 5 hours long, and it's why I had the success I had, and it's why my teams had the success that they've had. At this stage of the game, this is less than 2 hours. We didn't start recording until almost 9:30. So the bottom line is, you now have a tool, provided this recording came out well, you have a tool that you can use to train your people, or you can study over and over again yourself. Before I officially end, Kenny, Jerry, Cornelius, Herschel, Relly, anything that you'd like to add for the people that have been listening to us tonight?
Well, you led off with me, John, so I guess I'll start. Tremendous training, John. I appreciated being part of it at the very beginning, but I also enjoyed the other leaders and what they brought in terms of going back at you. I was taking detailed notes, even though I was part of it. Looking forward to the growth of this company and appreciate being part of it.
Thank you so much, my friend. You're a tremendous asset, and I'm so glad to be back in the saddle working with you.
And I'm sure I echo the sentiments of everybody that's been with the training tonight, that it's definitely a great opportunity. We appreciate the opportunity to be able to paint that picture for the team about this process and how this is going to happen. These are real conversations that are going to happen, and you're going to get all the responses, all the gamut of the responses, and you've covered how to address those responses and handle those objections, and just glad to be a part of it. Excited. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Relly. I appreciate it very, very much, my friend.
Well, John, I'll say this. Morpheus here in Phoenix. I would just encourage the team to embrace it. You won't really have very many opportunities to have this kind of a platform to grow from. So independent of the time, my encouragement is to move yourself from that framework in terms of how much time it took and look at how much time it'll save you down the road. And that's where it's all going to be. We have to duplicate. And John, I'm extremely grateful that you've encouraged me and allowed me to be a part of MonyWize, and I look forward to the growth and the expansion that's about to happen.
Well, my friend, it has been a long, long time since we've had the opportunity to work together. I am a big believer now, and there are no coincidences. So I'm glad to, like I said about Kenny, I'm glad to reconnect with you after many, many years. You know, you're a tremendous, tremendous asset to anybody that gets the chance to learn from you and your training and your wisdom. So thank you, my friend, for being a part of this.
Thank you.
All right. Well, at this stage of the game, I want to thank everybody for being here. We still have a full boat of folks watching. So with that, this is John Costino saying good night. God bless. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for listening to this recording over and over and over again. This officially is over. John Costino saying good night.